Okay, hello there. Welcome into a little rerun guide for the PokeMMO Elite Four. I don't want to waste any of your time. I'm not going to give you any nonsense. I'm just going to explain what a good team is, how to use it, and the best way to rerun these Elite Four to make some profit. So this video is going to be into three parts. We're going to go through the team and the team that I've built, why I have each move, why I have each Pokemon, the items that you need to actually make this work, because you will have to use items in battle, and then third, I'm going to actually do a rerun. Hopefully I can explain, why each move is useful, why each Pokemon is useful, and I can actually show that in the Elite Four rerun. So this is the team I chose to go with. I go with 2 Metagross, a Blissey, Chandelure, Gligar, and Poliwrath. The reason I go with 2 Metagross, I find there's a lot of attacking Pokemon, and Metagross is an excellent defensive tank. 388 defense, 366 on this guy because he's not as well EV and IV trained. But super useful. Very, very good defensive tank. Good way to stall out the Pokemon. The idea with your tanks here is to essentially use the move Trick. And Trick swaps your item with the opponent's. So you go in with a super strong Pokemon that can't really be killed. You use Trick, and now that other Pokemon has a Choice Scarf, and they're kind of locked into one move, right? So that's the primary purpose of your tanks, is to get a Trick off, lock the person into a single move. Super straightforward. From Metagross, the 3 important moves are Trick, Stealth Rock, and Protect. Trick, obviously, to change the move. Stealth Rock is super useful for getting rid of Focus Ashes, as well as eliminating sturdy Pokemon. You kind of get rid of that ability right off the bat. And Protect you can use to scout out what Pokemon are going to use. I'll give you an example of what I mean by that when we actually get into the fight. But those are like the 3 core moves that you have to have on every tank. Blissey, that changes up a little bit. Rather than having Bullet Punch or Iron Defense, I put Soft Boiled on them. Why wouldn't you want a healing move if you have the opportunity to heal? Which is possible. It could happen in your games. You might want to just get back to full HP. Totally up to you. Whatever movies you want to run, but this is the moveset that I have found works best in these reruns. Moving into my first attacker here, Chandelure. This thing is incredible. It is probably the best Pokemon you can use, in my opinion. The reason I use this as I've seen a lot of Gengars get used in Elite Four reruns, and the reason I use this instead of a Gengar is you have the same immunities. You have normal and fighting type immunities right off the bat. Fireheart also gains Chandelure also gains the fire type immunity because of its ability to flash fire. And then you put an air balloon on it, and it's immune to ground moves. Like 4 immunities, all 3 of which are pretty common types, one of which is a little rarer. Like you can't tell me that's not an incredible combo, right? It also has stupid high special attack, 427 with perfect IVs in nature. Like it's just awesome. Flamethrower, Shadow Ball, and Hidden Power Ice will get rid of any Pokemon in your way that could potentially cause you a problem. Flamethrower and Shadow Ball are going to be both stab boosted, so you're just going to be a powerhouse. And then Hidden Power Ice just gets rid of the dragons. It's simple as that. Calm Mind. That's going to be your boosting move. That's what you're going to use when you actually get into the battle and the Pokemon can't hit you. You'll see what I mean by that in a little bit. But you're going to get into the battle. It's not going to be able to hit you. You're going to Calm Mind up. You're going to use an X speed, and then you're going to one-shot the entire enemy's team. Pretty straightforward. Gligar is my next Pokemon. This thing is a super, super strong defensive tank. 383 defense. This thing is almost as strong as my Metagross, right? It has almost as much defense as this Metagross right here. And on top of that, it's immune to ground type attacks. Incredible, right? Why wouldn't you want to use this thing? And then when you throw on the Toxic Orb and you give it, the regeneration ability, plus having Roost, you can just outlive any attacking tank or any attacker that really comes your way. Unless it's like a Lapras or just some kind of weird water type attacker that has a priority move. Something like that. But principles are the same. Earthquake, Aerial Ace, Swords Dance, and Roost are the moveset. Like I said, Roost is to help heal off against attackers that may hit you. Swords Dance is your buff-up move. Earthquake and Aerial Ace are the moves that I have found to be the most effective. You could, I'll just buffer this. I used to use Facade instead of Aerial Ace. The problem with that is that Mismagius is a relatively common Pokemon to see. Mismagius is a ghost type with Levitate, so it's immediately immune to Earthquake because of Levitate, and it's immune to Facade because of its ghost type. So if the enemy has a Facade, if the enemy has a Mismagius, they're just going to bring that in, and then, you can't hit it. You've wasted your setup. Poliwrath. Reason I Poliwrath is because, A, my team has a very, very big water weakness. Fireheart is fire type, weak to water. Gliscor is water type, or ground type, weak to water. This kind of patches that gap to where if there's a water type attacker that switches in, I can switch into Poliwrath. You put Water Absorb on it, and now you can heal from water type moves. I also put an Air Balloon on this guy for the ground type immunity, so they're just all immune to ground types. So if anybody switches in and uses Earthquake, which, you know, believe it or not, is a relatively common attacking move, all of my attackers don't get hit by it. Move for Poliwrath, you go Belly Drum, Waterfall, Drain Punch, and Ice Punch. Belly Drum is your setup move that just immediately maxes out your attack. Waterfall, it's just an incredible move. Stab as well, you know, physical type move. It's just going to crush anything. Drain Punch, this helps against steel types and anything that can resist water. And on top of that, it just heals you back, right? You're going to be belly drumming a lot to max out your attack, and you're going to lose 50% of your HP right there. Drain Punch just makes it so you can recover that as you defeat their Pokemon. Ice Punch I went with just for the dragons. Super straightforward. You come into a Salamence or a Dragonite with multi-scale up. You don't have your rocks up. It could be a little bit problematic if you don't have Ice Punch. So Ice Punch just takes care of any gaps that that could be in this team. But yeah, that's the team build-up. The only items you're going to need for this are regular potions, revival herbs, and X speeds. X attacks are optional. I think in my year and a half, 2 years that I've been rerunning with this team, I've needed an X attack maybe twice. There's like been maybe 2 instances where an X attack would have saved me, but it's really rare. I keep them just in case. But yeah, as far as items, whatever you want to bring, all you need is a Choice Scarf. You need 3 of those for your tanks, and then whatever items you want to bring here. If you want to change it up, go ahead, but I don't recommend taking Air Balloon off of these Pokemon, and there's really no reason to run anything but the Toxic Orb for Gliscor. So change it up however you'd like, but this is my setup. I'm going to go ahead and get into a battle here, and we will go ahead and move forward. I just tried a Kanto Elite Four and misclicked terribly, and ended up losing that battle because of that misclick. So I'm probably not going to be chatting as much because I want to focus up and make sure that doesn't happen again. That's primarily why I'm actually making this guide. I just had the idea too. But we'll get into it. I'll explain why I'm making the moves I am, how my thought process goes, and hopefully we'll pull off a relatively quick W here. So right off the bat, Leopard is not a threat to me. I'm just going to go ahead and Trick. And he switches in Lucario, so Lucario is now going to have a Choice Scarf. He's going to be pretty much useless. We'll see whether it's a physical attacker or a special attacker next turn. So I'm going to go ahead and Protect. Just scout out what move it's going to use, see what it's going to do. Okay, it uses Aura Sphere, so that's a special attacking move. So this is a special attack in Lucario. We'll go ahead and switch into Blissey here, which is the special defensive tank. And I have a feeling that he's going to switch out after this. So I can either Trick and try to get another Pokemon with a Choice Scarf, or I can get up Stealth Rocks right now. I'm just going to go and get Rocks up. May as well. Okay, switches into Golurk. So Golurk has a fighting type move, so I'm going to go ahead and switch into my other Metagross, which is the one with the Choice Scarf still. And he Drain Punches. Yeah, perfect. So not going to do all that much damage to me, and now I just get off a free Trick. He will probably Earthquake me, and I might lose Tony here, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, he is Earthquake, but he's now locked into that, so there's really nothing he can do. I'm just going to go ahead and switch into Chandelure, because he's just by far the best member of this entire freaking team. And I'm just going to farm up Calm Minds while he tries to Earthquake me and fails. There's a chance he switches out. There's a chance every Pokemon switches out if they can't hit you, but it's pretty rare. Most of the time, they'll only switch out if they can actually attack you and they just don't do a lot of damage. That's the biggest thing to keep in mind. But oftentimes, if they can't hit you, I don't know why the AI is like this, but it just won't want to switch out. It'll just keep trying to attack you and keep trying to attack you, and then you can just boost up and take out the team. Rule of thumb that I go by, get at least 3 Calm Minds off or 2 Swords Dances off before you start attacking into stuff. If you only go with 2, there's a lot more Pokemon that can survive your attack, a lot more tanks. I would say just go with 3 boosts at the bare minimum. I always go with 4, A, because I have the PP for it, and B, because I'm not really in a time crunch. But now I have 4 special attack boosts, 2 speed boosts. I'm just going to go ahead and start Shadow Balling, Flamethrowing, whatever I need to, and his entire team is going to get 1 shot. There's maybe 1 Pokemon that he can have out of these 3 unknowns that could potentially stop me, but We'll see if he does or if he doesn't. Cool. So that's Lucario down. This is where Stealth Rock is going to be super helpful, getting rid of all the Focus Sashes, getting rid of all the sturdy Pokemon, and it's just going to pave the way for a sweep. Super simple. Slowbro, that is heavily defensive, so Shadow Ball. We'll go ahead and finish that off. Again, just super easy. Just sweeps through the entire team. This is going to be the most boring part of the guide, is just watching this happen. Hopefully during this this rerun, I'll get into a situation where you'll see one of the Pokemon that could actually counter me. But we'll see if that happens or not. Zatsu can actually be quite annoying sometimes because this thing has Magic Bounce. So if you try to get up Stealth Rocks against it and it switches into you, you're going to have Stealth Rocks around your team. And at that point, just reset. But just a little side note to go into there. I've only ever seen it in the Johto rematch. So you shouldn't have to worry about it in the others, but maybe one day they'll add it. Who knows? But yeah, after a fight, you just heal up your Pokemon, get them around full health. Usually that extra like few HP doesn't really matter for your defenders or for your tanks. I would always fully heal your attackers because I have seen 1 HP make the difference, and it is the most obnoxious thing in the world. But do whatever you want. It could work out for you. It might not, but I choose to be safe with them when it comes to the attackers. So okay, so this thing has Assault Gear. Tells me it's probably very specially defensively tanky, which is a little bit annoying. And I can't actually do that now. Okay. I've never been in this situation before. It tells me it doesn't have Earthquake because it would have done it there. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to Tony. Hopefully he stays in. Perfect. So I'm going to need a Fire Punch, but I'm going to go ahead and get Stealth Rocks up. Perfect. Now, if he switched out here, it would have been a little bit more complicated because depending on what he switched into, I would have had to make a prediction of whether or not it was going to be a physical or a special type attacker. But since he didn't switch, he's just going to have to spam Fire Punch. And now Chandelure's in. And I'm going to spam Setup. Yeah, real simple, real straightforward. I will say, just so I don't just sit here and let you watch this because this is really boring. The one problem Pokemon in this fight that I've seen is Crobat. If you have to Choice Scarf a Crobat, that thing could potentially outspeed your Pokemon if you don't have enough speed IVs and EVs. Something to keep in mind. I've never really seen it happen more than like once or twice. But Crobat can be really, really annoying if it has a Choice Scarf. It's just going to outspeed so much of your stuff, like even with an X speed. Just something to keep in mind for this if you do the Johto Elite Four. Just something to know. But anyway, I'll go ahead and start sweeping this guy. And then we'll go ahead and move on. Samurott. That's new. Don't think I've seen a Samurott on Koga before. Won't make much of a difference, though. Rhyperior. Yeah, as you can see, I mean, Chandelure just kind of sweeps through everything. I might try to force either Gliscor or Poliwrath into a fight, just so you can see what you would do in that instance. But right here, I mean, like Chandelure just takes care of everything. It's actually crazy how awesome this Pokemon is for rerunning. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I might try to force one of them in, like I said, but it's pretty common for Chandelure just to be able to wipe the entire enemy team. Yeah, simple. So that's 2 fights down, 3 more to go. Go ahead and heal everybody up. Cool. And then on to Bruno, yeah. He's off with Gliscor. That's actually really good for me, because if he stays in, he's going to lose his Toxic Orb. And then I'll have it on a Steel-type Pokemon who can actually be poisoned, so... Okay, this might actually be just unfair for him. Well, it's unfair, period. It's an AI, but it's still funny. Oh, Flying Gem. Hello. That's new. I'm going to take a chance that he's not going to crit. It pays off. I just get my Stealth Rocks up for free now. And simple. I'm just going to go Chandelure to keep it straightforward. I just want to keep moving through. I don't want to waste any of your time. So yeah, he doesn't want to switch out. So we'll just go ahead and boost up again with Chandelure. And start to wipe him out. I guess one advantage you could get with a Gengar compared to a Chandelure is that you'd have Nasty Plot on Gengar, which boosts you up by 2 stages every time. So it probably wouldn't take as long as using Chandelure because you have Calm Mind. But in my opinion, the additional special attack plus the fire type immunity is worth it compared to running Gengar. So that's just my take on it. But again, you can run it however you'd like. Yeah, now let's go ahead and HP Ice. Super simple. Yeah, it's really rare that any of Bruno's Pokemon are a problem, so should be relatively simple. Sometimes you'll see a Steelix, and Steelix is an example of a sturdy-type Pokemon of why you want rocks, but as long as you have rocks up, Bruno's never really a problem. A Blastoise, interesting. I had a weird interaction with a Blastoise one of these past few times. It wasn't like super recent, but it was short enough time ago that I can remember it. I believe he survived a either a 3 boosted Shadow Ball or just a 3 boosted something. I don't know exactly what it was, but yeah, be wary of that, because there can definitely be Pokemon with different EV and IV spreads and natures between the Elite Fours and between the members. Also with different items too. So definitely something to keep in mind is that this video is not like a one-stop shop and it's going to solve all of your problems. You will eventually come across a situation where you don't know exactly what to do, or you'll have to make a prediction, or where you'll just have to kind of suffer a little bit and learn what the Elite Four has. Right? I've been doing this for a year and a half, 2 years, like I said. I believe I said that. So I kind of know all the ins and outs of what Pokemon are available and what are not. Aside from that Samurott on Koga, I've never seen that before, but yeah, once you learn it, once you have your knowledge and experience with this, it's really easy. Okay, I say that, but at the same time, I still come across some situations where I make a mistake or where I get a little bit unlucky, and sometimes I take an L, right? Take an L, waste some time, waste an X speed. It's gonna happen. Nobody's infallible. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. Hopefully, this run I won't do anything stupid, and I'll just get away with this, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and Trick. I want to get another Pokemon Choice Scarfed. And that's actually perfect, because now I can just switch back into Metagross here, and then Stealth Rock. And then I'll be looking good. I'll be looking pretty. Oh, and he's going to stay in. Okay. Guess he's content with that kind of damage. Anyway, switch to Chandelure again. Oh, alright. Yes, this is an example where I'm going to have to adapt a little bit. So he could definitely Earthquake me. Even though I have the Air Balloon, he's not tricked into it, so he could easily Earthquake. He's also probably going to Stone Edge. That's my guess. So, he's either going to Earthquake or Stone Edge. If I go Metagross here and he Earthquakes, I probably die. If he Stone Edges, I definitely live. And I can also Choice Scarf him. But if I go Gliscor, I not only am immune to Earthquake, but Stealth, or excuse me, but Stone Edge isn't going to do all that much. But then I can't really set up. I kind of have to deal with his attacks. I'm going to go Tony. I'm going to take a chance that he's going to Stone Edge. Yeah, okay, cool. Got lucky there. If you're Earthquaked, I probably would have lost his Pokemon, but at that point, it would have been more of just go to Gliscor and try to Earthquake and just get this thing, get rid of it as quick as possible. Wow, Earthquake doesn't even kill me. I really thought that would do more. We'll go ahead and switch into Gliscor here. See what he does. He might switch out because I'm immune to it by typing and not necessarily immune to it by... what was I going to say? Immune to it by the air balloon. So yeah, I go ahead and attack here because I have a feeling he's going to switch. There's no reason to go for a setup because if he brings in something that can outspeed me, then it's just a waste of a move. For Alligator, it's a little bit tough. That's a physical type attacker that boosts on Gliscor, and it's not Choice Scarfed. And I also can't Choice Scarf it. So I need to find a way to get it to switch out. The way I'm going to do that, I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice Tony. He kind of served his purpose. He's weaker than Stark. So we'll go ahead and get rid of Tony here. It's fine that it doesn't kill me now. It's not that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and struggle. So perfect. I'm actually glad that I got put in this scenario. So I'll go into Poliwrath here. He probably does not have a move that can one-shot me. It's pretty unlikely that he does. But I have Drain Punch, so I can heal off anything that he does to me. But he goes ahead and switches out. That's interesting. That really sucks. Okay. Yeah, wow, this is getting a little bit complicated. So it's a special type attacker. I'm just going to go into Blissey here. Assault Gear is really annoying because I can't do anything except for struggle. So that is like really, really, really obnoxious. Hopefully it switches out. I'm going to go ahead and use a Awakening because I need to waste a turn, and I also don't want to put a random Pokemon in front of another Pokemon. Or in front of one of his Pokemon that isn't Choice Scarfed. And this is really, really unlucky. The fact that he's switching around as much as he is. Okay, let's go Gliscor. Hopefully it doesn't have Hidden Power Ice. That would absolutely suck. Brave Birds. I'm going to go ahead and heal that off. That is crazy, man. Life Orb. Ugh. What's Roost? Did he just kill me? No. Okay, good. Oh, wow, that hurts. Yeah, I mean, this is a really good example of what can happen in these runs, right? If he crits me right now, I'm dead. And then I'm really going to be in trouble. Why did I outspeed him? Why did I outspeed him? Did we have a speed tie? Wait. What? Okay, sure. Well, Honchkrow now cannot switch back in, so that's really, really nice. I kind of want to Aerial Ace this thing. Yeah, I have no reason not to. I mean, it's free damage. It's probably going to Giga Drain me, but as long as it doesn't go over 58% health. Yeah, no, I'm chilling. Or actually, you know what? Oh, Swords Dance again. I'm just going to go for the sweep right here. I'm not even going to take care of Vileplume. I'm just going to Roost off the damage, heal enough to where it can't kill me, unless it gets like stupid lucky and I make a mistake, and then I'll be good to go. And it's kind of weird, but that's what this boils down to sometimes, is putting your opponent, okay, the AI, in an unwinnable situation, right? It's going to keep attacking me because it's content with doing enough damage to me and healing itself, right? But wow, 68%. Why did that do 68%? Why did that do 68%? Is that going to happen again? Oh my god. Hang on. It must have an ability or something that I just don't understand. Wow, that is crazy unlucky. Okay, well, I guess I should have attacked, but I definitely couldn't have predicted that. Wow. I don't want to go Blissey because I can't attack it. I can't do anything to it. Fireheart is tempting because I kind of just want to go for the one-shot. But I don't know if it's going to one-shot a Gloom because that thing is really, really tanky. And Stark will potentially have it switch out. That's what I'm looking between. So I'm going to go... Oh, man, I guess I'm just going to go Fireheart and try to one-shot it. I don't really... Yeah, okay. I don't know what just happened, but... That sucks. So Honchkrow I don't have to deal with. Rhyperior, I no longer have a way to counter now. What did this thing use the first time? This was... Okay, this isn't Koga. This is... Houndoom used... Fire Blast. Okay, so that tells me it's probably a special attacker. Okay, I'm going to go Blissey, and I'm going to use a Revival Herb on Gliscor, just to get him back in the fight. Just in case. Ideally, this thing won't stay in, because if it does, that'd be really, really obnoxious, because I won't have a an immunity to Dark Pulse. But we'll see what happens. Okay, so he's going to stay in. Oh, man. This is tough. This is really, really, really tough. I guess I'm going to go Stark and try to Bullet Punch it. Just get a little bit lower. Maybe I can scare it into switching out. Nope, it's just going to kill me. All right. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and get in Poliwrath then. Hopefully it doesn't kill me. We'll go ahead and Drain Punch. Oh, perfect. He doesn't do a thing to me. I really thought he was going to do more, but okay. I don't want to Belly Drum and go for that. I want to play it safe. I'm going to Drain Punch. I'm just going to take this thing out, regroup, and see if I can win from there. It is way too risky for me to go for Belly Drum there and then potentially die. And I could use X Attack. I could use an X Attack. But the thing is I only have 2 more items to use. So if I use an X Attack there, I have to go for the X Speed and I have to try to one-shot everything. And I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. What is this thing going to use? I might sack Blissey here because it doesn't have any more special defenders or special attackers. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I think it's the first time I've sacrificed Blissey in a very long time, but he can't really do anything. Psycho Cut, that's Psychic, right? Yeah, it's Psychic. Go Gliscor and oh crap. I was gonna hope he stays in. He does. Perfect. Okay. Oh man. Alright, first thing I'm gonna do is X speed. I wanna make sure I can move before it. Oh man. I'm going to go 1 Swords Dance. And then I think I will heal. Man, this is crazy. I have not struggled this much in a long time. A long time. But, I mean, honestly, it's kind of good that I got this on footage so you guys can kind of see what actually happens if things don't go according to plan. But at this point, the only thing that kind of scares me a little bit is that Rhyperior, if it has Ice Punch. If it lives in Earthquake, that could be a little bit annoying. But I'm not going to risk getting like 1 billion damage done to me again. I'm just going to go ahead and take this thing out. Feraligatr won't live. Rhyperior is the only thing standing in my way. So Feraligatr is going to go down to a Earthquake. Perfect. And as long as it kills Rhyperior, that's the dub. Hopefully this pays off. Good. Wow, what a fight. What a fight. Not very often that happens, but I mean, this goes to show that you're never always safe, right? But yeah, that's I'm really happy I actually got that in this video, because that kind of shows what you have to do, I guess, maybe. But anyway, we'll go ahead and heal everybody up. My amulet coin is going to run out. I don't want to sit around for 4 minutes. So let's go ahead into the lance fight. Go ahead and see what happens here. Metagross, that is a perfect start for me. Because Metagross can never one-shot by Metagross unless he like crits with an Earthquake, but that's pretty unlikely. So it's a free trick. If I get crazy lucky, I might be able to finish this before my amulet coin runs out. That'd be kind of cool. Okay. I can get rocks up. Never mind. Okay, well. That is unlucky. Go ahead and get up rocks there. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting that amulet coin value. Oh well. Let's go into Fireheart. We'll go ahead and Calm Mind up. I could get really greedy and try to just sweep everything with 3 boosts, but you know what? I'm gonna go for it. Why not, right? See if I can get the extra 33,000 that this amulet coin will give me. Flamethrower kills you, easy peasy. Gyarados. This thing can sometimes have a choice scarf and it gets really obnoxious, but not going to be a problem here. Am I going to get this value? No way. Free, cool. No Yachi Berry, whatever it's called, it reduces the ice type strength. Dragonite. How you doing, sir? Probably not super well, but there you go. Wow, I think I'm actually going to get amulet coin value. Knock on wood. Yeah, Electros, not a threat. Not the most tanky Pokemon, so it's probably not going to get a hit off. Yeah, it's going to go down. Wow. What a run. Wow, yeah, that's that. That's the Johto Elite Four. I don't really know what to say about that. That's a great run. I'm really happy with that. Yeah, free 100k, 2,000 battle points, which you can then spend on Eviolites, Choice Scarfs, Choice Bands, whatever you want. Then yeah, really easy. But we'll go ahead and sit here and watch this for like the 10,000th. Hello. 1,000th time. I think I said that right. But yeah. That's the ins and out of it. Hopefully if you've watched one of these guides before and it didn't really make sense, that can kind of explain what the thought process should be, how you should be thinking about these certain situations. I'm sure there's a better strategy somewhere, somehow. But that strategy I use, I really like it. Hopefully this has been helpful. Any questions, you can go ahead and leave a comment. I usually have my notifications on YouTube, so hopefully I'll see the comment and I can respond to it. But anyway, best of luck with your Elite Four reruns if you guys start using the strategy, and see you around.